Welcome, one and all, down here, up there, to the Late Show. Thank you, sir. I'm your host, Stephen Colbert. Now, sure you're asking, what are we going to talk about tonight? Well, I'm afraid that's classified. Because there's an update on the ongoing story of documents being found at President Biden's office and home. And I'll tell you the latest in my unfortunately recurring segment, What's Up, Docs? Let me catch you up. As of last week, Biden aides and the Justice Department had found about 20 classified documents, but that total went up on Friday when the FBI searched Biden's Delaware home and found 6 additional items that contained documents with classified markings. How could America be $31 trillion in debt and apparently no one in the executive branch has ever purchased a shredder? Apparently, all politicians just hoard classified material. I'm starting to wonder how Jimmy Carter insulates all those habitats for humanity. Check it out. Just check it out. Check it out. The new documents found on Friday included handwritten notes and spanned Biden's time in the Senate and vice president. The Senate? He joined the Senate, no lie, 50 years ago. Those notes are ancient. One of them was, find out who put the bop in the bop shabop shabop. Who put the ram in the ramalama ding dong? Of course, Republicans want to say Biden's situation is the same as the former president, but there's one big difference. They're different. For instance, President Biden agreed to a planned consensual search and voluntarily allowed the FBI into his home. So he's either cooperating or his adult children are trying to get someone else to clean out Grandpa's junk. Hello, FBI. Yes, I'm pretty sure Pop's probably got state secrets in the attic. Yeah. They're in there with his old Life magazines. Could you come take all of them away? Still, it sucks. It sucks that they keep finding additional documents. They found the first ones, how long ago? Like 82 days ago, something like that. And they keep finding a little bit more all the time. It's like, news people, help me out.
It is this drip, drip, drip of revelations and discoveries.
This drip, drip, drip. This is yet another drip.
This drip, drip, drip just continues.
We continue to find drip, drip, drip.
Drip, drip, drip.
Drip, drip, drip.
Drip, drip, drip.
Drip, 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 that'll never stop.
Thank you. Thank you. Why not? Makes sense? Glad to know. Speaking of things I've been speaking about a lot lately, Republican Representative George Santos, seen here asking an old lady the name of her first pet. By now, it's been pretty well established that Santos is a liar, and he should definitely resign. And I'm not the only one who thinks that. So does New York Congressman Richie Torres.
Look, George Santos defrauded his way into the United States Congress. He has no business being a member of Congress. His only purpose is to be a punchline for late-night comedy.
I know. Isn't it? Isn't it great? Let's do some now. Last week, you'll recall that photos and videos emerged of Santos performing as a drag queen in Brazil. He denied it and called the claims outrageous and categorically false. Turns out the category of the false was true. As he told reporters this weekend.
I was not a drag queen in Brazil, guys. I was young and I had fun at a festival. Sue me for having a life.
Oh, George. No one's mad at you for having a life. They're mad at you for having like 5 lives. That's greedy. Now, in that video, Santos is walking through a New York airport, which explains his new drag name, LaGuardia Carousel. He also... Santos also dodged a question about his lie that his mother died on 9/11.
No. Was your mother at the World Trade Center on 9/11?
Look, this isn't how you conduct an interview.
Adding, and I would know, or my name isn't the cast of The View. That wasn't the first time Santos acknowledged that he did drag. This weekend, internet sleuths found an old Wikipedia page from 2011 with the name Anthony DeVolder, a Santos alias, in which he confirmed that he participated in drag shows as a teenager living in Brazil. Finally, just tell the truth, George. There's nothing wrong with doing drag unless you pair nude pantyhose with an open-toed pump, because, girl, there is no coming back from that. Okay? The Wikipedia bio also delves into some delicious new lies, with DeVolder falsely claiming to have started in a few TV shows and Disney Channel shows, such as the hit Hannah Montana. Okay, scamming veterans and lying about your mom dying on 9/11 is one thing, but violating the sanctity of Hannah Montana? Sir, you do not deserve the best of both worlds, or a hoedown throwdown, or a third song I did not have time to Google. Bottom line, this is Congress, not a party in the USA. Which is that's not Hannah, but it does make sense he'd identify with Hannah Montana. They both lead double lives, they're both wanted internationally, and they're both the superstar children of Billy Ray Cyrus. This Anthony DeVolder also claims to have appeared on The Sweet Life of Zack and Cody. Okay, I seriously doubt he was in any Disney shows, though I'm pretty sure he was in Nickelodeon's iCarly. The bio claims Santos' first major film role was in the non-existent 2009 movie The Invasion, starring Alicia Silverstone and Uma Thurman. Oh, I love Uma Thurman. She was so good in Perfection. Perfection? Oh, we also had some news from the former president over the weekend. Throughout his campaign, he frequently appeared with YouTube MAGA influencer sisters Diamond and Silk. Unfortunately, Lynette Diamond Hardaway recently passed away, and on Saturday, the former president attended her memorial service and gave a eulogy where he spoke highly of the woman who did so much to help his campaign, in between complaints about how long the funeral was going.
They told me, I said, give me a little time, because I have a lot of people waiting for me back in a place called Palm Beach, Florida. They said, give me a little time. What do you think it'll take? Oh, about 15, 20 minutes, sir, in and out. I said, well, it could take longer. This is a little longer than 15 minutes, right?
Okay, that's an unusual vibe for a eulogy. Losing Grandpa reminds us that every minute is precious, especially because your boy here's got a 3 o'clock tea time. Chop, chop, let's cry it out and drop that pop. During his remarks, the former president maintained all the focus and solemnity of a bumblebee trapped inside a balloon. Here's another part. Quality image. Good image. Here's another part of his memorial for one of his biggest supporters.
So common sense would tell you all of these things. Inflation was caused by energy. They stopped the energy, and all of a sudden your gasoline went from $1.87 a gallon to $5, $6, $7. In California, $8 a gallon. And when your baker makes his cakes, and when your hospitals create heat and all of the different things you need this for, everything goes up. And you look at what inflation has done to many other countries. It is an absolute death sentence. But your sister Diamond was taken from us much too soon.
We're jackknifing! He made the turn too fast! The point is, I'm sorry for your loss. But he did eventually say a few words about the thing on everyone's mind.
When I did The Apprentice, it became the #1 show on television, and it did well for years. And they recommended Arnold Schwarzenegger. Now, Arnold Schwarzenegger's a big movie star, right? And he, I said, that sounds like a great idea. He should be able to do well. I wanted to see it do well, although I'm not that sure about that. Well, he did really poorly. He got no ratings. That thing was a disaster. Well, they got Martha, too, right? Martha Stewart. They put her in there. That was a disaster.
Is there any way Martha Stewart could take over this eulogy? Because even if she just frosted a cupcake, it would be more appropriate. The ex-pres finally gave words of comfort to the woman who had been at Diamond's side for every appearance she'd ever made, her sister Silk.
I knew Diamond, but I didn't know Silk at all. I just learned about Silk. You're fantastic. You're going to carry on beyond anybody's wildest imagination.
If you just learned about Silk, I'm going to go ahead and say you didn't know much about Diamond. That's like saying, I'm a lifelong fan of Garfunkel. Who's this Simon I'm just hearing about? Did they do anything together? It's an especially weird thing to say, given all these pictures of them together, including this one of the former president holding Silk's hand and looking into her eyes. What is he saying there? I can't wait to meet you someday. We got a great show for you tonight. My guests are Nathan Lane and comedian Sam Jay, but when we come back, I'll tell you about the latest dating trends that you don't know about, and neither should I.